Imagine Europe in the early Middle Ages, a patchwork of kingdoms vying for survival after the fall of the Roman Empire. The Iberian Peninsula, a land that would later become Spain, was a fractured realm of diverse cultures, simmering tensions, and boundless opportunity. It was a land conquered and reconquered by Visigoths, Romans, and eventually the formidable Umayyad Caliphate, setting the stage for one of the most dramatic transformations in European history. When we think of medieval Spain, we often imagine knights and warriors, towering castles, and bustling Islamic cities full of scholars and merchants. But Spain's rise to prominence wasn't instantaneous. It was forged through centuries of struggle and ingenuity, shaped by religion, conflict, and resilience. Let's go back to the early 8th century. The Iberian Peninsula had fallen under the control of the Moors, after their lightning-fast campaigns transformed it into the heart of the Islamic world in Europe. Al-Andalus, as it was called, flourished. Under Moorish rule, cities like Córdoba and Granada became thriving centers of art, science, and scholarship. Córdoba even rivaled Baghdad in its golden age, boasting libraries, universities, and unmatched architectural marvels. But while the Islamic civilization reached unprecedented heights in Al-Andalus, resistance was stirring in the north. Small Christian kingdoms in the mountainous regions of Asturias, León, and Navarra began to form alliances and push back against the southern rulers. One of the first sparks came from a little-known battle in 722, the Battle of Covadonga. Though modest in scale, Christian forces led by Pelayo halted a Moorish advance into northern Spain, marking the symbolic beginning of the Reconquista, the centuries-long effort by Christian rulers to reclaim the peninsula. The Reconquista wasn't a straightforward line of conquest. Far from it. The Christian and Muslim states clashed intermittently, forming alliances and rivalries that often defied religious boundaries. Yet over time, Christian kingdoms grew stronger, unified by the shared desire to resist Moorish dominance. By the 11th century, the Kingdom of Castile had risen to prominence, followed by Aragon and León. Together, these kingdoms became the driving forces of medieval Spain's resurgence. Now, Spain's rise wasn't just defined by military conquests. Its culture was shaped by a unique blend of Christian, Jewish, and Muslim traditions. Throughout much of the Middle Ages, Spanish cities were cosmopolitan hubs where scholars of various faiths collaborated, preserving and translating ancient texts, advancing medicine, astronomy, and philosophy. The works of thinkers like Averroes and Maimonides, nurtured in this Iberian melting pot, made Spain a beacon of intellectual achievement that influenced the rest of Europe. And yet, while cultural contributions flourished, Spain's rulers didn't let up on their ambitions. By the 13th century, the Reconquista reached one of its climactic moments with the conquest of Córdoba and Seville. The Christian kingdoms, particularly Castile, had grown wealthy and powerful, expanding their territory and fortifying their position at the center of Iberian politics. But the Reconquista wasn't just about land, it was also about religious dominance. Christian rulers were determined to reshape the identity of the peninsula, gradually pushing out Islamic influence. But Spain's true rise to greatness wouldn't happen until the late Middle Ages. The key turning point? The marriage of Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile in 1469. Known as the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella unified their kingdoms, creating the foundation for a single Spanish state. Together, they oversaw the final stages of the Reconquista, capturing the last Muslim stronghold of Granada in 1492. This victory marked the end of centuries of Islamic rule on the peninsula and solidified their authority. And you know what else happened in 1492? Yep, the Spanish Empire's global ambitions were born. Ferdinand and Isabella, looking beyond the peninsula, funded Christopher Columbus's ambitious voyage west. That single decision would transform Spain from a powerful medieval kingdom into a burgeoning empire that would dominate the age of exploration. Before Spain emerged as the world's most formidable empire, its medieval journey was one of resilience, cultural convergence, and unrelenting ambition. Today, the echoes of that era still resonate, in Spain's art and architecture, in its language and traditions, and in the tales of knights and explorers who dared to dream of a united kingdom rising from the ashes of an ancient land. Spain's medieval rise wasn't just the story of one kingdom. It was the forging of a nation, one battle, one masterpiece, and one revolution at a time.